Stop for a second and think about how broken healthcare is for most people out there. You know it as well as anyone. Millions crushed by bills they can't afford. Founders locked out of markets they should be leading. Investors staring at systems that bleed money without real impact. It's frustrating as hell because everyone talks about healthcare like it's some untouchable giant, impossible to fix, and even less possible to make money at while doing good. But here's the truth. Nobody's screaming loud enough. Affordable healthcare isn't just a moral argument or some feel-good cause. It's the biggest untapped opportunity hiding in plain sight, if you know where to look and how to play it smart. Most of you see healthcare as this chaotic mess. Regulations creeping like weeds, entrenched interests guarding the status quo, tech solutions that barely scratch the surface. That frustration? It's real, and you're right to be pissed. But guess what? That very mess creates gaps so huge they're practically screaming for disruption. Affordable healthcare is not just a product or a service, it's a full ecosystem failing millions every second, and that failure is your doorway to impact and insane returns. The world has been lied to, sold a fantasy of free market healthcare that only lines the pockets of a few while leaving billions out in the cold. That's your enemy, and it's time to get aggressive. First, stop thinking about affordable healthcare as charity or some risk-heavy gamble. Think about it as the ultimate leverage point. Target the systemic inefficiencies, care delivery models that are clunky, fragmented, and outdated. Look at tech, yes, but don't just throw AI or apps at the problem. Focus on building systems that integrate care with data in real time, that reduce overhead and waste, and that empower the patient, not just the doctor or insurer. That's where profit and purpose merge. If you're not aiming for integrated platforms that slash costs by 30 to 50% while boosting outcomes, you're not aiming high enough. Second, do not chase the big shiny urban markets alone. The real scale, the massive returns hidden here, live in underserved communities and emerging markets. That's where millions need affordable, quality services, and they're ready to adopt solutions if they're built with real respect for local realities. Partnerships with local operators, micro-insurance models, modular clinics, these are gold mines most investors dismiss as too complex. Complexity is your friend if you want to build moats others can't cross. Third, use capital strategically, not just as a check to pump money into fancy pitches. Be relentless in digging for ventures that measure impact and profit in ironclad, transparent ways. Hold founders to brutal standards, not just for growth, but for quality, accessibility, and sustainability. If you don't demand this, you become part of the problem, funding quick wins without changing the game. Fourth, step beyond just health. Affordable healthcare isn't isolated. It's a nexus touching education, infrastructure, tech, and policy. The best impact investments knit these pieces together to reshape entire communities. You're not investing in a clinic or a telemedicine app. You're investing in ecosystems that empower millions to live better, longer, and with dignity. Finally, understand this: the old ways are dying. Healthcare that stays locked behind monopolies, opaque pricing, and inefficiency is collapsing under its own weight. The future is for those fearless enough to build new models, transparent, scalable, and relentlessly focused on value for the patient and investor. Be that fearless person. Do not wait for permission or perfect conditions. Build your own path. Connect smart capital with breakthrough founders who see healthcare not as a system to survive, but a frontier to conquer. Affordable healthcare isn't some soft ideal, it's the next massive financial frontier where impact and profit demand each other. You want to be part of the future? Then stop whining about the system and start owning the solution. Find the right founders, invest with a laser focus on impact and profitability, integrate ecosystems, and disrupt with precision. This is the real game, and the winners will not only change healthcare for millions, they'll own the biggest opportunity most still can't see. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and visit the featured link to learn more.